Absolutely nobody expected the San Francisco 49ers offensive line to be sitting where it is right now. After a series of offseason moves that, no exaggeration, look like steps backward, somehow they've emerged with a line that's ranked among the top third in the entire NFL. That's not just impressive, it's borderline baffling. And I know, we all say trust the process or Kyle Shanahan knows what he's doing. But let's be honest, most of us had serious doubts when this unit lost 2 solid contributors and didn't bring in high draft capital to fill the A. Gaps! Here's the crazy part. San Francisco didn't even bother drafting an offensive lineman until the 7th round. 7th! That's usually the range where you're finding depth guys at best, maybe a developmental player who needs a couple of years just to crack the second team. But the 49ers just rolled with it. They let Aaron Banks walk to Green Bay for a major payday, and Jalen Moore got scooped up by the Kansas City Chiefs, also on a big money deal. And again, neither one of those departures led to any panic moves. No splashy free agent signings, no first or second round picks invested into protecting their franchise quarterback. Nothing flashy, just quiet confidence, and somehow it's working. The line is now ranked as the 12th best in the league. 12, think about that. This is a team whose own head coach has openly downplayed the importance of a dominant offensive line. Kyle Shanahan has never built his offense around all-pro guards or big-name tackles, other than, of course, the ageless machine that is Trent Williams, but overall his philosophy leans more towards system fit and effort than pure talent and star power. So to see this group hitting that top-tier threshold right on the edge of elite territory is not just unexpected, it's a statement. Now, let's break it down a bit. The most obvious standout has to be Dominic Puni, who stepped into that right guard spot and looks like he's been there for years. His presence alone might explain why the rankings are better this season compared to last. He's not just solid, he brings a level of consistency and grit that this line was missing. And then there's Trent Williams, still doing his thing at left tackle, even if he's a year older and coming off a season where he missed a few games. The guy is just built different. He doesn't rely on being young or flashy. He dominates with pure technique and overwhelming strength. Between those two, you've got a mix of question marks and quietly solid performers. Jake Brendel is one of those names that fans never quite know how to feel about. Statistically, he might not wow you. Analysts often nitpick his performance, questioning his effectiveness in key moments. But if you ask Shanahan, he's more than happy with what Brendel brings to the center position. That vote of confidence matters, especially in this system, where cohesion and trust mean more than individual stardom. Then you've got Ben Bartch stepping into that left guard spot. Not a household name, not a guy anyone expected to anchor the interior, but he's getting the job done, at least for now. The real intrigue, though, is what happens on the right edge. Colton McKivitz is entering a contract year, and there's no sign that a new deal is coming anytime soon. That raises a lot of questions. Are the Niners planning to let him test free agency? If so, what's the plan at right tackle next year? Do they have someone in-house ready to step up, or are they gambling on another bargain bin solution? If you dig a little deeper into the depth chart, things get even more interesting. Spencer Burford is still hanging around, and while he's more naturally built like a guard, there's some talk that he could slide into that swing tackle role, the one Jalen Moore used to hold. That's not an easy adjustment. Playing tackle in the NFL is a different animal, and it takes a special kind of athlete to bounce between positions like that without missing a beat. But Burford might be that guy, or maybe he ends up challenging for the starting job at left guard, depending on how things shake out with Bartch. Either way, the competition on the interior should be fierce this year. What makes all of this even more fascinating is how little the team seems to care about outside perception. There's no panic, no media blitz trying to convince fans that everything is fine. The coaches know what they're doing, the players know the expectations, and the results speak for themselves. To go into a season with this much change and this many questions and still land in the 12th spot in offensive line rankings, that's not luck. That's development. That's coaching. And that's belief in the system. Of course, none of this guarantees success going forward. Being 12th is great, but it's still not top 10. It's not elite. And if the 49ers really want to maximize this window, they're in. With a loaded defense, a talented young quarterback, and some of the best skill position players in the league. They need this line to be more than just good enough. They need them to dominate. They need a unit that can control the line of scrimmage in the playoffs, in hostile environments against elite pass rushers. Can this group be that? That's the million-dollar question. There's a real chance that we're seeing the early stages of something special. A unit that, with just a little more seasoning and a few smart moves, could become a real strength, instead of just a serviceable piece. And let's not forget, offensive line play is about more than just talent. It's about chemistry, timing, communication. It's about 5 guys moving like one. That doesn't happen overnight. But this group has already shown signs that they're starting to click, and yeah, not everything is perfect. There are still valid concerns about depth, especially at the tackle spots. If either Williams or McKivitz goes down, there's no clear backup who inspires much confidence. Maybe that's where Burford comes in. Or maybe the front office still has another move up its sleeve. Whatever happens, it's clear this coaching staff is comfortable playing the long game with this position. Group? They're not chasing headlines or Pro Bowl selections. They're building something sustainable. Dominic Pooney might end up being the key to it all. If he continues to develop and anchor that right side, it takes pressure off everyone else. Suddenly, McKivitz doesn't have to be a star. He just has to be solid. Brendel can focus on doing his job without overcompensating, and the whole unit benefits from that stability. It's the kind of domino effect you love to see in offensive line play, and maybe that's the big lesson here. The 49ers aren't obsessed with having the biggest names or the flashiest stats. They care about fit. They care about continuity. They care about building a unit that works together, that understands the scheme, and that can execute consistently. That's what has carried them to multiple NFC title games and a Super Bowl appearance under Shanahan. And that's what might just carry them even further this year. So here we are, the team that didn't invest early draft picks. The team that let multiple linemen walk. The team that everyone thought might struggle up front. Ranked 12th in the NFL, just outside the elite tier. On the edge of something potentially great. And it's not smoke and mirrors. It's not luck. It's the result of patience, vision, and a whole lot of hard work behind the scenes. Whether that translates into postseason success remains to be seen. But one thing is for sure, this offensive line is not to be underestimated. Let me know what you think. Does 12 feel good? Enough for a team with Super Bowl aspirations? Or should the 49ers be doing more to build a truly dominant line? Are you comfortable with the starters as they stand, or are you worried about the lack of proven depth? There are a lot of directions this story could go, and no shortage of opinions. But one thing's clear, the narrative around this offensive line has officially shifted. And for once, it's not about who they lost or who they didn't draft. It's about what they've built. The intrigue around the San Francisco 49ers offensive line doesn't stop with just the starters. The depth behind them is a story in itself, filled with uncertainty, but also glimmers of potential that could surprise a lot of people this season. Take Spencer Burford, for example. He's a player who's been quietly working in the shadows, mostly seen as a guard-size athlete, but with the kind of versatility that could become crucial if the season takes a harsh turn. His ability to slide between guard and tackle spots, while not typical, gives the coaching staff some flexibility that could be the difference between maintaining stability and facing a full-blown crisis if injuries strike. What makes Burford's potential so fascinating is the way he embodies the 49ers approach to the offensive line in general. He's not a flashy, headline-grabbing star. He's more the kind of player who grinds, learns, and adapts quietly but effectively. That's exactly the mold Kyle Shanahan and his staff have been trying to cultivate. Players who might not light up the stat sheets, but who execute their roles with precision and consistency. It's a mindset that values effort and system fit over raw talent alone, and it's worked well for San Francisco so far. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. There's a growing buzz swirling around the NFL as rumors ignite about one of the most electrifying wide receivers in the league potentially joining the San Francisco 49ers, Justin Jefferson, known for his spectacular playmaking abilities and highlight reel catches is reportedly being welcomed with open arms by the 49ers fan base and organization alike, fueling speculation that a blockbuster signing could soon be announced. Fans in San Francisco have already begun celebrating the mere possibility of Jefferson donning the iconic red and gold. Social media is awash with excitement, with many envisioning the explosive offensive firepower that Jefferson could bring to Levi's Stadium. The idea of pairing Jefferson's incredible route running and hands with the 49ers' dynamic offense has set the rumor mill ablaze, hinting at a potential reshaping of the team's aerial attack. Whispers within league circles suggest that discussions have been underway behind closed doors, with the 49ers eager to bolster their receiving corps. After a series of injuries and inconsistencies in previous seasons, Jefferson's knack for creating separation and making contested catches could be the missing ingredient to elevate the team's offense to championship contention. While no official statement has confirmed the deal, insiders hint at a growing confidence among 49ers executives that a deal could be within reach. The potential signing also raises intriguing questions about how San Francisco's offensive scheme might evolve. With Jefferson's versatility, the team could open up new play-calling possibilities and place more pressure on opposing defenses. It's a tantalizing prospect for a franchise hungry to reclaim NFL dominance and for fans dreaming of postseason glory. As the offseason progresses, all eyes remain glued to San Francisco, where the atmosphere feels charged with anticipation. Will Justin Jefferson's arrival mark a new era for the 49ers? While nothing is set in stone, the signs point to a major move that could shake up the league's landscape. Stay tuned as this story develops, because if Jefferson officially signs with the 49ers, it won't just be a signing, it could be the start of something spectacular. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.